What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel. If you guys are new, welcome. We are still killing it. Happy New Year's, everybody. Starting out hot in 2022 with some nice Destiny content. We got a little lull coming up before the end of the season and Witch Queen hits, but that is going to be absolutely crazy, and I am super pumped for it. Got some nice content coming out for you guys before then, so let's get into today's video. Going over another solo lost sector for you guys so you can get that nice easy exotic loot from doing these solo legendary or master. Master definitely has the better chance of dropping that exotic loot, but legendary is not bad as well because you can blow through them, especially this one that we're talking about right here. By far one of the easiest in my opinions for lost sectors. So let's head on over to the Dreaming City. We are talking about the Bay of Drowned Wishes right here within the Delving Mist. So all you got to do is load into this landing zone, turn right around, and it is right there. Now this one is super easy in my opinion. We're dealing with overload champions, unstoppable champions. It has arc burn, so we're going to use that for our super, and then shields are void. So to start off, we're going to be going over our Warlock build as well as the weapons that I suggest running through these, and then we'll go over our Titan and Hunter builds. They will be using the same weapons as the Warlock would. So to start out, we're going to be going with Witherhoard, or if you don't have Witherhoard, a nice ignition code is great as well. But Witherhoard is great for that ad clear and a little extra DPS because you do want to play everything at a distance in this lost sector. There's a lot of screebs, a lot of those mines that pop up and blow up the arc shields. So you just stay back and pick off enemies from a distance, and this thing prevents things from coming close with that AoE damage and just protecting in certain area. Next, I'm going with the Imperial Needle right here. Void Bow, perfect for those overload champions, and it just is perfect for breaking the shields. Once again, playing at distance for this lost sector. Finally, right here, the Threaded Needle Linear Fusion Rifle, which is also Void Burn to take off those shields, and then we have it for Vorpal Weapon and just to absolutely demolish our champions and then our boss in the end. For the Warlock, I'm actually going to go with Bottom Tree Stormcaller so I can have those arc buddies when I pop my rift, so they can deal with people like the Screebs running at me, dealing with that long distance. And then Landfall is super great for the boss area because you start off on a high ground and you can pop that and clear out enemies super easily. For me, it's pretty much the same thing as always. We got our protective light going on so we stay alive. We got grenade launcher and linear fusion finders charged up with our overload bow and unstoppable fusion rifle, another charged up with an extra grenade launcher reserves and concussive dampener because you do have a lot of grenades coming at you as well. Plus, like I said, everything explodes in this lost sector. Next right here we have our linear fusion scavenger as well as our charged up mod once again, so we can have a plethora of that charged with light, so we always have protective light procced. And then finally right here our particle deconstruction and taking charge, so when we collect those orbs of power they just stack perfectly. For our Titan, we are going to be going Thunder Crash with the chest piece, the Curios of the Falling Star, so we get that extra damage on the boss. All the mods and stuff will be the same, and we will be using these same weapons, but with that extra little bit of arc damage within the lost sector, and having that chest piece on, you can absolutely destroy the boss, and even some champions if you really need to. Now for my Hunter, I'm going to switch it up a little bit and actually go Stasis with these fragments right here, Fissures, Durance, Torment, and then Rhyme with Shatter Dive and Grim Harvest on, just because I think that this plays better for the ad clear aspect of this lost sector with everything exploding, instead of using your arc subclass and getting up close and personal, because some of those things will just explode and you won't even know what's coming and then you die. So it's nice to have this in your back pocket to have that ad clear and management potential. Now it'll be the same weapons like I said with Witherhoard, Imperial Needle, and Threaded Needle, and then for our exotic I'm just going to be going with Star Eater Scales with those fusion rifle mods, just so I can have those orbs of power give me that super back faster, because you will be creating a decent amount of orbs within the lost sector, so you will be able to throw your super around a decent amount, especially with using this leg set right here. So when we first load into the lost sector, you will notice a bunch of people just kind of congregating in a little area. These stalkers will just be in packs most of the time, and they do spawn pretty often from different like set areas. So all you got to do is play it slow around these corners. Screebs will pop up around the unstoppables and push you, as you can see right here on this first one, that left side of them. Those Screebs popped up after you do a little bit of damage and get closer to these champions and progress pass through the lost sector. So you just got to be careful with getting one of those that happen to be random on your left and right. It might take a weird pathing to get to you, depending on how fast you actually end up killing the unstoppable champions in this area. So as you can see right here, I'm trying to shoot at the little mines on the floor that pop up and give that arc shield that kind of make you slow and disoriented, just because it does hurt very bad when you're getting hit by those champions and you can't see or move because of that grenade blinding you. So after you work your way around this left side, which I'm doing right here, making sure the screebs don't push me too hard, and then using my linear fusion to absolutely just demolish the unstoppable champions, you continue on the outside as far as you can until you get to the gate for the boss room, which is already right here. Because like I said, this lost sector goes by super fast, especially this one when we're doing the legendary version. The master isn't that different, just a couple extra champions. So as you can see, after I wipe out all of those unstoppable champions, I start heading over to the right here so I can play behind the rock, because an overload champion does spawn at the gate. So I try to deal with that as fast as I can, as well as the sniper that ends up popping up on the ledge, which does have the void shield, hence the bow and linear fusion rifle. So take them out, because it does hurt in the master version for sure, way more than this legendary version. That sniper can one-shot you if you don't have protective light procced, or if you're a little bit lower light. So after you deal with the overload champion that is protecting the gate and some of the screebs that spawn with him, you start moving forward towards the gate, and there will be another set of enemies that actually spawn in front of the gate right here, and then also behind you where you were hiding in that rock. So you kind of just have to play it slow and know where to go for this one. You jump up on this rock like I do, or you can go back farther in the lost sector towards where we spawned in, because an unstoppable ogre is spawned below you on the left hand side, on the outside where we first were, but he really doesn't push you or shoot you too hard, just because up on this rock things kind of ignore you. So it's a super good spot to sit if you need your health back, or to just protect yourself for a hot second from these screebs and unstoppable champions. So this one right here, the last one we have to clear out before we go into the boss room. Once we clear him out, the boss room opens and we can pop our super immediately if you want to clear out those initial ads. And then once you clear out the initial ads in this boss room right here, an overload champion does spawn. So he is super tanky for your super, and you can't just destroy him with this one at least. Your Thunder Crash, you definitely could, but I would just suggest clearing out your ads first, and then dealing with the overload if you pop your Stormcaller for this wave. Once you deal with this overload right here, more enemies will spawn in waves, and then after you deal with the enemy waves, the boss will spawn, proccing Screebs, Stalkers, and Ravengers to spawn in certain waves. So you can just hop back up on this mantle right here and take it slow. I like to throw a Wither Horde actually at my feet right on the ledge, because when they do push you, they will just jump in one consolidated area, so your grenade or your Wither Horde can prevent them from pushing you too hard and blowing you up. Just like I did, throw it at the ground and just let them kind of file to you, because they won't do much damage in their animation of jumping up. You do have to watch out for like the servitor looking eyeballs that are laying on the ground, because when they do get shot, they will explode. So you do have to be careful for those as well. But after you clear out the ads in this room and deal with the boss, that is it. Just play up on top of this balcony like I said. Super easy to clear this lost sector and get your solo loot for this. Fast. I only did it in 5 minutes, and I was trying to record and take it slow for you guys, but you can really crush this by yourself if you're going for it in about 3-4 minutes. Even faster if you're sword skating and just top tier gameplay. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this helped you guys out. Get that exotic loot solo. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.